Hello, everybody. Good morning and happy Sunday. I think I made it just under noon here, so at least to start. So I'm still going to say good morning. So we're going to talk about a Bizzaro World. So I don't know if a lot of you remember that there was a comic strip that would have things where everything was kind of backwards and upside down from how it should be. So yeah, that's just something I've been thinking about. So it's something I want to talk about today. So before we get started, I like to talk about why I'm qualified to discuss these things. So years ago, I actually got sick myself and I was in the hospital. And so I became a health coach so that I could learn more information for myself and, to apply it to my recovery. And then it became my passion to share it with the message with other people so that they could go from wherever they are with their health to wherever they want to go in a much easier and faster fashion. That just became my passion, to hand those resources over. That I took the time to learn for myself so that I could just pass things over. Or pass things on to other people. So that's what I'm passionate about, and that's why I do what I do. And I try to share this message with as many people as I can, because I really feel like a lot of the symptoms and diseases that we deal with don't need to occur. We're so busy, and there are things that we really want to focus on and spend our time doing. And when we can't do that, I just think it's not necessary. And I think it's so sad when people aren't able to do the things they really want to do. And yes, we always talk about there are ways to reverse a lot of the symptoms and diseases people get. But if we didn't have to deal with them in the first place and they didn't need to take us away from what we want to do, then I just think that would be so much cooler. So that's why I do what I do. So back to the idea for today, Bizzaro World. So I just think it's so funny because I think it's hilarious how we feel the need to hack everything and make things easier and try to make things, a quicker kind of thing. And, we try to, I hear the term a lot of biohacking and just trying to kind of game the system, game the idea of what our bodies need and the way we can make our bodies the healthiest. And I think there are some things we can do, and there are sometimes, different levels of things that we do that we can change that, can definitely add to our wellness. But I think we need to focus on just foundational things like moving our body, which is AKA exercise, and eating just whole foods and things like that, that we've all known for a long time are the foundations. And I think that's really just what we should be focusing on and not really worrying about a lot of other things that we, try to, make work, and just really focusing on those foundational things, I think, is the most important. So yeah. And the other thing is plant-based food. I know, for my husband and I, for instance, when we go to different places, it's sometimes hard for us to find different food for us to eat. And I don't understand why plant-based food is a thing, because plant-based food is just food, right? So instead of a vegan restaurant, I don't know really why it's that category and why it's not just food. Because a lot of things that we eat that society eats aren't necessarily foods. They're food-like substances and things that are edible, but aren't really going to give us the nutrition that we need. So I think it's kind of weird that it's become a thing when people want to eat plants, and it's just not a normal pattern of eating, if that makes sense. And yeah, just overall, I think that things that are good for us, again, whether it's nutrition, whether it's different aspects of life that just are really enriching and really nourishing to us and our bodies and just our lives, I feel like always has an uphill battle to kind of fight. So I'm not really sure why that is, but just something to think about. Just something I've been thinking about, and I wanted to kind of pass it on today. So yeah. So I'm on all different social channels, so you can feel free to reach out to me. I will post our Facebook group, Benefits of Eating Plants, and I will post that link down below. If you haven't joined that already, I definitely recommend that you do that. So we share all different kinds of information on there. So you can feel free to reach out through the group or reach out to me individually if you have any questions, or if you just want to reach out to me for anything. I also will post my YouTube channel, because after I do these lives on Sundays, I post them on Wednesdays on my YouTube channel, and there is a ton of information. There are years worth of these weekly lives. So I definitely recommend that you check that out and get all kinds of free information. I will also post a link to my transition nutrition in real life that I've been talking about, the monthly mastermind. So I definitely recommend that you check that out and that you join that. And it's really inexpensive, and I think it's a great way to really, crowdsource lots of information and see what's out there and what is, what's available. And obviously I teach too, so I definitely would check that out. And also the MailChimp newsletter, sign up. I will post that also. Our next newsletter will be going out this week. So if you haven't joined that, I definitely, recommend that you subscribe. So, yeah, and I always say, whether you're watching this live or on replay, if there's something that you think I may have missed or something that you have experience with this category that we're talking about, or if there is, anything you want me to cover in a future video, I definitely am excited if you do that, because I want this to be as useful to you as possible. And I always say that. So, any way that I can kind of tailor this to what you want is something that I look forward to doing. So, yeah, so let me know if there's anything that you want me to cover or anything else, and either post that below or just reach out to me privately. But I think that's about it. So until next week, have a colorful and beautiful day. Bye, everybody.